Hello everyone, Pat Farabee here. Today I'm going to be straying a little bit from what I normally do in that I'm going to be asking you a question to kind of get your input on this topic. Um, what brought this about is about a week ago I was watching a blog TV with cheeekamoomoo and Derek, and she was answering questions that people had posted to her on one of her videos. One of the questions that was asked of her was if she was a gamer and what sort of video games she enjoyed. Her answer was that she liked the video game Postal 2 because of the openness of what you could do in the game. You could be as kind or cruel with performing all of the missions as you wanted to be. And she mentioned that you could walk along and reach down and pick up a cat and use the cat as a silencer on your gun or something like that. And she said that I know that it's a horrible thing to do, but it's a video game and it's fun. So I half jokingly asked the question if she thought, or if anyone thought, that performing an immoral act in a virtual environment in any way bordered on immorality in the real world. My answer, of course, is no. But it got me thinking, because I remember when Fallout 3 came out that Bethesda intentionally disabled the ability to kill children in the video game. Their reasoning for that was that the outcry would be so high and that there would be a lot of legal issues, etc., to doing that, and that's understandable. But then I got to thinking about other things that you can do in Fallout 3. For instance, some of the characters that you encounter are prisoners of these super mutants, and once you rid the world of the super mutants, the prisoners are still there, tied up with their hands bound in front of them, begging for their own life. And it's up to you to decide whether you let them go or whether you blow their head off with a shotgun. And I thought, well, if there is any objection at all to killing a child in the game, why is there no objection then to walking up to someone who's begging for their life and blowing their head off with a shotgun? And that got me thinking about the fact that there really is not a huge, or actually any that I can think of off the top of my head, video game that depicts even more depraved acts. You don't have a video game that is entirely centered around killing someone. And I don't mean Grand Theft Auto type of killing someone, taking a machine gun and blowing them away. I mean maybe 3 hours of enjoying the act, of relishing in the screams, that sort of a thing. You don't have one of those that I know of. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, please let me know. You don't have video games that center around acts such as child molestation. You don't have video games centered around acts such as rape. Now, admittedly, there are a few that are released from Japan that are borderline on that, and some that even go over the line. And those are very poorly received in the Western community, at least. And my question is, where do you draw the line? Or do you draw that line? Personally, I don't draw the line. I think that anyone who is sounded in reality is capable of defining the difference between fantasy and reality, and therefore whatever you do in a virtual world is completely separate from any implications of what you would do in the real world. But it did bring about an interesting question, which is, if that is true, why is it that we go so far with our depravity in the virtual world, but we go no further? I guess my point is this: if you draw the line, why do you draw the line? If the argument is that video games do not affect your morality or likelihood of performing an illegal or immoral act that you do in the video game, then why is the line necessary in the first place? What is it about these particular acts that that negate their inclusion in the fantasy world. Okay, thanks for watching. I promise I won't take as long to post another video. I think this one was 6 days between postings. Take care. Have a good day. I'll see you soon.